Smerconish Thanksgiving message, take 2.
And which of these do you want me to look at?
Let's look right into this camera back here.
Okay. Now you're going to use this green screen, right? You're going to put something here that looks cool? Like what?
I'm going to pivot that back a little bit.
Audio rolling.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Smerconish. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with family and friends and that it's safe and you have a good time. Remember, someone from whom you're a butter knife away at that Thanksgiving Day table probably disagrees with your politics, and that's okay, because we need to mingle. We need to spend more time with people who don't look like us, sound like us, come from the same place that we do, and don't share our political perspective. In a word, we need to mingle. And mingling begins at the Thanksgiving Day table. Only then, when we start to have more common experiences, are we going to get out of this polarized ditch in which we've been residing for the last decade plus. So I wish you all good things on Thanksgiving Day. Thank you so much for listening to my radio program on POTUS, for watching the CNN show, and of course, for subscribing to the Smerconish.com daily newsletter and voting on the daily poll question. I'm not sure what today's poll question will be because I'm recording this in advance of Thanksgiving, but it will have a Thanksgiving theme, I assure you. Maybe it'll be, will there be somebody at your table who doesn't share your political perspective? Something like that. Thank you so much. Enjoy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you back on radio on, well, television on Saturday and radio on Monday.
Excellent. Great job. So what was Thanksgiving like growing up?
Thanksgiving growing up for me revolved around a football game because I grew up in Doylestown, which is Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and the community would sort of go to worship Thanksgiving morning. I think it was an 11 o'clock kickoff, and it was crosstown rivals, Central Bucks West and Central Bucks East. And there would be 10,000 people at War Memorial Field, which was the CB West football field. CB East didn't even have one, even though they were the much newer school. It was a great rivalry. It was a great tradition, even though for the first 10 or 15 years, CB West won every single one of those games. But that changed, and actually, it changed my senior year of high school. My brother is 4 years older than I am, and we went to the same junior high school. Now they would say middle school, but we both went to Hollycong Junior High School. So I have vivid memories of watching him as the quarterback at the Hollycong Junior High School. His team was lousy, as I remember. He was the QB, and he had a great arm. My brother always could just, whether it was in the backyard or whether it was in organized football, he could throw a great spiral. But the team was terrible. They went from Hollycong Junior High School to Central Bucks East. Hollycong and CB East at the time were very new schools. On Thanksgiving Day, CB East would play CB West, and it was always at CB West because only CB West had a stadium. That's where the whole town, as I put it, came to worship. Anyway, so my brother gets to CB East, and in 10th grade, his sophomore year, he is the third string quarterback, third string on the depth chart. And in the week before the CB West big rivalry, there's a keg party. And much of the team go to the kegger. The following Monday, the coach, his name was Coach Quartnick. I never had him as a coach, but I remember his name from watching my brother. As I remember the story, as told by my brother, so you might want to discount some of this, but the whole team had to line up on the goal line, and the coach said, if you were at the party on Saturday night, take a step forward. And nobody moved. And then the coach pulls out, like a legal pad, and he's got all the names of everybody who was there. He calls off their names. They're all done for the season. And they were probably, some of them secretly thrilled because they didn't then have to go take a drubbing from CB West in front of 10,000 people on Thanksgiving Day. My brother, who hadn't been at the party, is now the number 1 quarterback. So as a 10th grader, he has to go into the lion's den of War Memorial Field in front of 10,000 fans of CB East and CB West. And my recollection is that for a half, they did quite well. CB East did, and then CB West, blew them out. And the funny part of the story is that my brother wanted to go to the kegger, but he had bad directions. Like he had a bad map. So I'm 4 years behind him, first at Hollycong, I too am the quarterback. Our team is stellar, and I'm not taking the credit for it. We were 5-0-1. I'm not taking the credit. I'm giving the credit to the backfield, the guys who surrounded me. The fullback on my junior high school football team was named Ivan Lesnick. Ivan Lesnick would go on to play football at the University of Arizona and then for the USFL LA Express. The halfback in my backfield, a guy named Joe Kozak, who went to Colgate and set rushing records. The wingback, I think we called him at the time, was Scott Stankiewicz. He would go to UNC and be the starting quarterback, and then would go to the Denver Broncos and back up John Elway. So at the end of my 9th grade year, after we have this championship season, Stankiewicz and Kozak go to CB East, because it was a feeder for CB East, where my brother had been, where they'd never beaten CB West. Our family moved. Ivan Lesnick's family moved. His family really did move for football. Mine didn't. My family moved because my mom found a lot on which she wanted to build a home in the center of town. But like the scuttlebutt in town always was that the Lesnicks and the Smerconishes had moved for football. Well, Ivan was a blue chip athlete. I was not. I never got higher than 3rd string on the depth chart at CB West. Long story short, in my senior year, CB East and CB West square off, huge crowd. Now I think they've moved the game to Delaware Valley College, Delaware Valley University, they would say today, and East beats West for the first time ever. And ever since, it's been a very competitive, football rivalry. But sadly, they don't play it any longer on Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving Day for me growing up was, we're going to the East-West game. When I was like this high and much older in life. Fun stuff. Yeah. That's all I got, PJ. That's my Thanksgiving of my youth story.